Hi, everybody. Debra and BANDIT here. I have enjoyed seeing what everybody is saying to each other, and my screen is over here this evening, so I'm kind of going to be going back and forth. But it's so good to see everybody on here tonight, and I'm sitting outside enjoying some lovely weather. And I talked to David in Denver today, and they have they got 3 to 5 feet of snow. And my friend Linda in upstate New York is expecting 7 feet of snow tonight. And so I'm just feeling really blessed and really spoiled to be sitting out here. And anyway, it's so good to see everybody on here. And like I said, I'll be looking over here at my comments and everything to keep up with everybody. Can y'all hear the birds? I don't know if y'all can hear them or not. They just sound so lovely. I just enjoy being here so much. Let's see. Noreen says she's watching an ad. I didn't know they did ads on the live chat. Sorry, you guys. Wandering Wild Woman. I saw that you were listening to Nights in White Satin. That's a good song. And anyway, my cousins are on here, and thank you, mods. I just appreciate everybody that's on here tonight. Thank you. And I've already got 38 people on here tonight, and that is just so awesome. And once again, BANDIT, he's down here. He's just so short compared to me. He doesn't really show up in the videos on our live chats, and sorry about that. Let's see who I'll, yeah, On a Dark Desert Highway. I was wearing that t-shirt earlier today. And it was just fun to see that people were on here early and saying hi to each other. You got to sit up, BANDIT, so people can see you. And I just really enjoyed that, you guys. Thank you so much. I rarely get set up in time to see you guys on here early, so it was so fun to see. Y'all can hear the birds? Aren't they lovely? And Alyssa says she made it this list. I keep wanting to not talk so you can hear the birds. So and I've got different lights tonight. Listen, there's anyway, I've got different lights on tonight. I hope it helps. I just don't have the fancy YouTube lighting that a lot of people have, and I probably ought to get some lights, but yeah. Oh, Chantel News says my birds, which are probably cardinals, and I forgot what else is here. I saw them earlier. She says they're competing with her mourning doves. That's too funny. Thing is working. It's a lamp and that long light again, and then I've got my tablet so I can keep up with my topics, and my laptop that I can keep up with your comments, and hoping that gives me enough light out here. Because I just love being on the front porch, and I'm always working inside, so I don't get to be out here enough. But Lucretia's on here. Look at you guys. And a lot of people, like I tell you before, they're always like, don't spend your time saying hi. But if people drop by to see me, I'm going to say hi. So if you don't like it, then watch for the topics later. That will be in the pinned comment or the video description that Jay helps me put time markers up for, and you can fast forward to whatever part you want to watch and skip over all the hellos where me and my friends greet each other. So I hope that works for you. And yeah, Sandy, thank you. She says, I'm loving your haircut and your COVID braid. And we will talk about that in a little bit. It was a lot of fun. Oh, I wish y'all could see the birds. I can't even see them. I know they're out there though. And BANDIT's like listening to the neighbor who just started up some sort of machine. So I want to thank my mods that are on here tonight. And I want to say that that Noreen is helping me with some YouTube updates. And I just really enjoyed working with you, Noreen. And thank you for helping me with that and keeping up with some of the YouTube demands. I can't do it on my own. And we're going to talk about coping and some of the stuff that I've been doing that is helping me get through right now, and we'll talk more about that. But I just wanted to say up front to my mods and to Noreen for helping me with that extra. So I also want to say thank you to my new patrons. I have Diane Britson and Herb Lapp that have joined me as new patrons this week, and I really appreciate that. Thank you guys. And so y'all were talking about my haircut. So you can see I've chopped it all off. except for this, which is part of my old hair, and it's a little bit longer than this because I braided it, which shortens it. And I'm going to keep this. This is like an homage to this era that we're going through, and I'm calling it my COVID braid. Anyway, I just got tired of my hair, and I'm going to let it grow out. And am I buffering? Anyway, I thought I'm gonna let it grow out, and so I might as well go short and keep it short so that as it grows out, and we'll see how it goes. But I am not going to keep dyeing my hair, and now since I can't get to a salon anyway, might as well do that, right? And so, Lauri, there's a million, she's asking if I've seen a video about somebody cutting their own hair, and I put up a video about where I cut my own hair. I guess it was a couple of years ago on my channel. And, thank you for putting that video, that link up to the Patreon. If you want to become a KOKO fam member for as little as $1 a month, you can check out that link that Robert just put up. But Lauri, I put up a video too. Somebody can grab that link. I don't know if you can go back and catch it or not, where I cut my own hair, and it was similar to this, the cut that I did, but didn't have the braid. And so anyway, I'm gonna try it, and we'll see how it goes. And let's see, the video was in 2017. Thank you, Noreen. I could not remember. Anyway, I hope y'all will check out my video as well. And let's see, I think that's it. We've been on now. How long have we been on? Let me see. I don't know which screen to look at. We've been on about 7 minutes, and so that should be long enough Wondering Wild Woman says that she cutting hair is in her arsenal because she went to hairdressing school back in the day. I didn't. It's quite frightening when I take hold of my scissors, because I just pull it up and start whacking. And so anyway, that's what I did, and it worked out okay. My hair is very forgiving because it's curly. So this I'm going to keep, and we'll see how long it gets. Anne says YouTube videos are the only thing keeping her sane these days. Well, we're gonna talk about that in a moment and what I'm doing. But right now, let's talk about viewer questions. I want to start with Carrie Jo says hi, and I'm going to start with a question that Lauri Smith put up on YouTube, and Lauri is on here tonight. I saw her over there on the comments, and so glad to see that. Lauri R, I see you on here too. Good to see you. And Lauri is one of my mods, and I appreciate that. Lauri, if you would grab any comments tonight that are made about links, like remind me after this, email me and remind me, like that haircut video that Noreen just put up. And thank you for going and getting that, Noreen. That's where I cut my own hair. And if you want to watch that, and Lauri, if you'll make a list of the links that we talk about tonight, Robert's already put up my Patreon link, and email those to me afterwards, I would appreciate it. But Lauri is saying, hi, Pearl, good to see you on here. That's not what Lauri's saying, but okay, thank you, Lauri. But Lauri sent me a question, and she was very kind to me. She says, Debra, you said you don't have a routine, but you still appear to be productive. I love that she says, I appear to be productive, because that's true. And she says, how do you manage to be so disciplined and make time for, let me see, I'm going to stop this over here. Sorry, guys, hold on. And make time for writing, updating your website, and doing videos. And I'm going to come back to that question. She says while she does work part-time, she's having trouble getting disciplined. She does gourd art and writing, and those hobbies feed her soul. But she says it's been especially hard to concentrate during the quarantine, and I don't know why. And I know that every one of us that are on here tonight can identify with that. Everybody I talk to, everybody that I hear from, everybody's having trouble concentrating. It's like our mind has gone in some ethereal cloud or something, and we can't, it's like trying to pull it down and focus, and everything is just like, it's just almost impossible. And so first of all, Lauri, I just want you to know, I know you're not alone. I hear from people every day. I bet today alone, I don't know what to do and need some help, and what do you recommend? And so that's why I decided to talk about it tonight, and answer your question on live, Lauri, because everybody is having that issue. And so I want to, yeah, there, I got it. I caught and stopped the scrolling. And I'm sorry, guys, I had this scarf on here because I thought it was pretty, but it's hot. So I'm having to take it off, and I'm going to get a drink of water. So realism is setting in. I don't know how people do it when they have a whole bunch of lights on them and everything, because I can't do it. Anyway, hold on while I take a drink because I'm getting hot. In fact, there was a fan out here and I wish I'd turned it on. I don't know what I was thinking, why I didn't do that, but I didn't. Anyway, so Lauri says, how did you manage to be so disciplined and make time for writing, updating your website, and doing videos? Okay, well, first of all, I do make time for writing, updating my website. We're going to talk more in a moment about how I not farm things out, but let's see. I'm going to see if my friends Chuck and Letty, I'm staying with them, and I'm going to see if Chuck is watching, and if he is, I'm going to see if he'll come turn that fan on for me, you guys, because I'm getting really hot. You know, I have like a temperature control issue, and I'm not doing really well right now. I'm like getting really hot. But anyway, I'm going to have to turn this light off or something. So anyway, I don't know if that'll last during the dark or not. But see, make time for writing and updating your website and doing videos. That's where I was. So updating my website. So I farm that out. I actually contract with Robert. He is my, what's it called? Website. Able to do this tonight or not, you guys. I'm not doing really well. I'm having trouble focusing just like everybody else. And then you throw in noise and everything, and I can't hardly do it. So we'll see how this goes. And that's a prime example of where things go awry. But Robert is my website, whatever it's called, I can't think right now, and he does all of my website updates for me, and I pay him a monthly fee to maintain that for me and do other technical stuff. Webmaster, yes, Lauri, thank you. I could not think of it. And so Robert is my webmaster. Thank you both. I appreciate that. I was struggling for the word. And so he does my website. But as far as writing and doing videos, I'll tell you my 5 tips for how I am staying focused and getting work done during this pandemic, because it is so difficult. And so first of all, I make focus a habit. I try anyway. And all of this stuff that I'm about to tell you is what I work at, and I try, and I don't do any of it perfectly, let alone good sometimes. So, but if I'm making myself every day make focus a habit, because focus is so hard right now for all of us. And so if you do something enough, for me, I'm feeling the fear and I'm feeling all of these emotions and everything, and I'm making myself do it anyway. And sometimes I put up something on social media that it feels like I'm just trying to run through drying concrete. I mean, it's like picking one foot up and putting another one down sometimes just seems so hard to do. And I'm going to share something fun with you in a little bit that I've been working on and that I'm finishing up and everything, and I'm really happy about. But I've been doing it crying sometimes, that in a little bit. I'll be sitting there and I'm crying and writing and crying and writing. And it's, you know, I hope my writing's not that bad that other people are going to read it and cry. But it's just because it's so hard. And I just like sometimes, and I don't name, oh, Lauri Ward just sent me a super chat tip through PayPal. Thank you, Lauri. It popped up on my phone. It hardly ever does that, but it just popped up, and I just want to say thank you. And so I'm sitting there writing, and I'm just having to make myself keep working on it, because it's just so hard to do. But the thing about when you practice a habit, and right now focus is what I'm trying to make a habit of, and it's not easy because there's other things I want to do. I want to go spend time with my friend Letty. I want to work on a jigsaw puzzle. I want to just watch TV with her. I want to play a game. I want to go on walks. I just whatever, anything but focus. And so I'm trying to make that a habit. And then, you know, focus becomes, or habits become skills. And the skill that I'm hoping to walk away with is concentration. And so I'm wrangling my focus in and trying to make that a skill of concentration. And it's not really easy. One way I do that is for tip number 2, I'm avoiding distractions. I'm very blessed to be able, now my dog's wanting to go inside and get away from all the noise out here, and I don't blame him, but I can't get up and let him in. that's a distraction, and you can see how easily for me I'm distracted. So I have to avoid distractions at all costs. I close a door on the back porch where I am, and I'm very blessed to be able to do that. And Chuck and Letty are very gracious in letting me take advantage of that room of their house, and I have that area to work in and write in and make videos in. And I use oh good, somebody's here to help me. Who is it? Oh, you're letting him in? Well, can that be turned on, Chuck? The AC, can you turn that on? So he came out to get my dog because he heard that Bandit wanted in, but he's also turning the air on for me. Oh, that feels so good. Thank you. So you can see my hair blowing now. And so anyway, concentration and not being interrupted is huge for me in being able to get work done. And so I have to turn off. I can't have TV on. I can't have music on. I can't have distractions. I shut the door. I put earplugs in. And I also, when that's not enough today, Chuck, I'm not going to tell you what he was working on because that's going to be a surprise, but Chuck was sawing and doing some stuff outside. I know it feels so much better. Chuck to the rescue. I have my Princess Leia headset, and I had to wear that sometimes today. And so whatever it takes to focus, and to develop that habit of focus so that concentration becomes a skill, that's what I do. And so my tip number 2 is to avoid distractions, but I had to do that even in college. I had friends that could do their homework and their studies and everything in the dorm. I couldn't do that. I had to go to the library, and I had to go to what was called the bowels of the library, way back in the back in the stacks, and get away from everybody. And even in the library, sometimes I would wear earplugs, but that was just to concentrate. And that was before my brain surgery that gave me hyperacusis, that gave me sensitive hearing. So you can only imagine, you do what you need to do. And I got a lot of hints on how to avoid distractions from Anne Lamott, which is one of my favorite authors, and she wrote Bird by Bird. And, and she always says that everything is an inside job, not an outside job. And I think that a lot of us are being faced with that, and why focus is so hard. At least that's me. And the older I get, even without my brain injury, the harder it is to multitask. And today, Chuck was talking about this project he's working on, and we were talking about it. And he was talking in, yes, that was a good book, wasn't it, Lauri? And he was talking about how even for him on this project that he's been working on, it's like that old saying, the way you eat an elephant is one bite at a time. Because even though this project that he's doing is something that he can totally do, it would be overwhelming. And so he just takes it like one step at a time, just eating an elephant one bite at a time. So I would say avoid distractions and just take it one step at a time. And let me see what else, if I've got some to catch up on here. And it looks like I'm buffering. Sorry. I don't know why I'm buffering, because the signal's been pretty good today, except for early this morning. So I'll just keep talking and see if the buffering goes away here in a minute. Doesn't look like it's going to go away. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's buffering for everybody or not. Let's see. It looks like some of you may be back. Somebody says it's not buffering on their end, so that's good. So maybe it's just on my end here. So I'll keep going. So my third thing that I'm doing, and guys, I'm sharing this with you because I struggle on a day-to-day basis, and I have to remind myself every morning of these things. And self-care sounds so, I don't know, hocus pocus in this day and age when that's all we're about is self-care, protecting ourselves and protecting all the people around us. And, but the thing about it now is, especially if you're not used to being alone, if you're not used to being sedentary, if you're used to having a lot of distractions and a lot of people and going a lot of places all the time, sometimes having all of that stop and slow down, it reminds me of a saying that my late great friend R.T. Miles used to say, wherever you go, there you are. And in this day and age, when it's just us, when you're left alone with your mind 24/7, and especially if you are in a house by yourself, there's 3 of us in this house, and so we do have some distractions. But when it is just you, yourself, and you, like me, myself, and I, then it can be really difficult to practice self-care, and to get away from the mind just takes on a life of its own. So one of the things that I have to do is take breaks, and Chuck and Letty will tell you I'm not very good about it. And be kind to yourself no matter what. No, if you're feeling it, it's genuine, and just keep going with that. Oh, thank you, Lauri. Yes, I was going to mention Nora Roberts, and I did forget. Thank you. And so I'll do that in this section. But and that's part of what I was going to say, actually. So that's perfect timing. And just work on that, being as kind to yourself as you are to others. And I forget how to do that, because I get so frustrated because everything feels like I'm walking in concrete and I can't focus, and I'm trying to write and do my videos and everything. And one way that I am being kind to myself is outsourcing. I told you that Robert, I contract with Robert to be my webmaster, and he helps me with technical stuff. And I have hired Noreen to, and guys, they are doing work for like a penny an hour. They're being so kind to me. But Noreen is helping me with my YouTube compliance and getting my YouTube channel updated and things that we're working on there. And I'm working with Angelique, Right for Healing, to finish up. We just submitted an article to Robert for Meanderings Magazine. Robert, be sure and put up that link, and Lauri capture it for Meanderings Magazine. We submitted our article for that, and I'll tell you in a minute what we're working on. And we're working on writing my life story and submitting that to producers. I can't do all of that by myself. So if I ever give the impression that I am doing anything on my own and being productive on my own, I'm not. Chuck and Letty are providing the environment where I can do it, and I've got all of these people that are helping me. And I love something that a great friend of mine said today. Every successful entrepreneur that I know has a dedicated and talented team in the background. And that is so true. If you watch these bigger channels and they don't give people behind the scenes credit, then shame on them. Because I guarantee you, I know one of our mega channels in our genre, or is it called genre? Whatever it is. Anyway, for traveling and nomad videos, never gives people the credit that work for him and does all of his work for him. And so I don't do it. I do self-care, and I do the best I can, and I get help because I know I can't do it all on my own. And so tip number 4 of 5, let me see what my, let's see, no woman is an island, no man is an island. That's true. And I'm buffering on this end again. I sure hope this isn't as bad for y'all as it is for me over here. And so my 4th of 5 tips is peace. Whatever you need to do to have peace, whether it's earplugs, a headset, listen to music. Wandering Woman was listening to music, or maybe turn the TV off, get out and go for a walk, get out and listen to the birds, we have the ocean here, and sometimes we'll get in the van and just go down and not get out and not do anything with people, but just do something that gives yourself peace. Because you would think in isolation and in all that we've got going on that we can get away and just have peace, that we have nothing else going on. But again, remember, wherever you go, there you are. And sometimes peace by yourself isn't so easy to obtain. At least it's not for me. And I've been adding ODAT, keeping on KOKO, ODAT, one day at a time, no matter what, NMW. And so the one day at a time, though, sometimes for me right now feels overwhelming. I wake up in the mornings, and I've been waking up late. I stay up late because I can't turn my mind off. And I get up late because I'm tired because I couldn't turn my mind off. And one day at a time sometimes just feels overwhelming. And I have to take it 1 hour at a time. And I'm reminded of what a good friend of mine, Steve Meeks, told me a long time ago. That's right, Robert. KOKO, ODAT, NMW. Those are kind of my slogans. And I remind myself of that all day long. And there is a mantra that I'm going back to that my friend Steve Meeks taught me years ago. And if you look at the clock and the date, and I had to look at the date because I almost forgot, but look at the clock and the date. And so it goes something like this. It is Friday evening, April 17th. It is 7:25 p.m. That's the win. It's 7:25 p.m. I am sitting on the front porch at my friend Chuck and Letty's house. I'm doing a YouTube. I guarantee you, most of the time, 98, 99, 99.8% of the time, you can repeat that mantra no matter where you are or what you're doing. The time and day, where you are and what you're doing, and that all is well. And it's always true. There have been times in my life where I had to repeat it 5 minutes. I'd go from a porch, for example, to inside the house and go, okay, now it's 7:30 on April 17th and I'm inside the house and I'm washing dishes and all is well. 15 minutes later, I'm in the bedroom or whatever you might be doing. But if something about saying the date and time, where you are and what you're doing, and that all is well, is so grounding. For me, it just pulls me down to the ground. And you can say that, I guarantee you, with rare exception, and I say this because I used it when I was in the hospital recovering from brain surgery, when I was in the hospital recovering from being in a coma from the original accident, it's usually right. And so all your needs are met and all is well. So that mantra, it gives me peace, and whatever it takes to give yourself peace, prayer and meditation, whatever it is. Is Bandit in the window? I can't see. He might be. He comes up and looks in this window, and that might be what he wants to do. So anyway, my hint so far, and I'm going to give you number 5, which is the last one. Number 1 was make focus a habit. Number 2 is avoid distractions. And those of y'all that know me know that I go squirrel all the time. Distractions are huge for me. 3 is self-care, whatever that might look like for you. And number 4 is get peace in your life. Whatever you need to do to get peace in your life, do that. And number 5 for me, come here, Bandit, you're wearing Chuck out, honey. Chuck, just let him out. Chuck's going to be like, put a revolving door on his front door here in a little while. But number 5 is do the next right thing, whatever that is. Maybe it's you need more peace. Maybe you need more self-care. Maybe you need more focus. Maybe you need to take a break. Whatever it is, do the next right thing. Do you need to turn the TV off? Do you need to turn the TV on if you've got something that you need to find out? Do you need to eat? Do you need to not eat? Whatever your task is, a connection, prayer, meditate, call somebody, get some work done, just whatever the next right thing is. Like Chuck was saying, eat that elephant one bite at a time. Just that next right thing. Don't worry about down the road. Just take one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, and do that next thing, and give yourself permission to not do any of it well. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do it well. You don't have to do it perfectly. Lord knows I don't know of anybody that is. And that goes back to a saying, and I can't, Robert actually gave me this saying, and I can't remember who it came from, but done, when in the world of making videos and creating videos and getting them on YouTube, done is better than perfect. And I will tell you that I think done is better than good. Don't even worry about good. And that's what Nora Roberts used to say, and I wanted to tie it in with Nora Roberts. And I'm buffering again on this side. Are y'all buffering? Please let me know, because I don't want to go on if I'm buffering, because this is important. But Nora Roberts has always said, when she's writing books, and this woman used to crank out a book every 45 days, and Gourd Art too as well, one breath at a time helps. Right, Alyssa, whatever it takes to bring yourself back to that peace and that grounding. But I love what Nora Roberts said about writing books. Is for her, the biggest thing she can tell people when you want to write a book is just get it written. Tell the story. Don't worry about the grammar. Don't worry about what it looks like. Just sit there, let your fingers do the typing and whatever's coming out of your mind and head. Don't worry about whether it even somebody can even read it. Just get her done. And sometimes for me, that doing the next right thing and putting one foot in front of the other, and done is better than good. I don't even care about perfect at all anymore. Just done is better than good. Then that's it. When it comes down to it, bring that peace in your life, step number 4, and then number 5, do the next right thing. And pretty soon, I'm hoping, I'm telling myself this as much as I'm telling you guys. And a lot of people just keep asking me, how are you getting through this? How are you getting things done? And these are the 5 things that I keep falling back on, because I don't want to get it done. I want to curl up in the fetal position underneath the covers. I want to not have connections. I want to just stay to myself, and I just refuse. I just keep doing the next right thing. And what I'm banking on and what I believe to be true is that eventually 1 minute leads to an hour leads to a day leads to a week, and then, a week leads to a month. And if you just keep doing that, time passes and it all takes care of itself. That's what I'm banking on, and I've had enough people ask me what I'm doing to stay productive, and so I thought I'd share those 5 things. And I know that's nothing new for anybody to hear, but I constantly remind myself of that throughout the day, and I hope it helps somebody. So I keep talking about a big surprise, but before I go into that, let me see what everybody's saying on here, if anything. I see it's my laptop froze up, you guys. Let me see if I can refresh it and maybe get some help on this. I don't know. Let's see. Oh no, my laptop didn't freeze up. I forgot, it's not a touch screen. I used to have a touch screen, and I don't have a touch screen anymore. Let me see if I can turn this light back on, because it's getting dark out here. Did that help? That didn't help any much, did it? Anyway, it's not a touch screen. You gotta love TBI, right? I mean, that's just how it is. And so sometimes I do the next wrong thing. You know what, Brenda? That's okay too. I love the idea of how we talk about my trustee and bestie David came up with this in one of his Sunday messages. He said that he likes the idea of being able to live life like Siri, where you kind of go this way and it's like, oh, that was the wrong way to go. Recalibrating, redirecting, and you go this way. He's like, we get to do that. We get to make mistakes, and we get to ask for direction, and we get to listen to the spirit and the voice within, and recalibrate and redirect as we need to, and it's okay, in self and everything. So let's see. All right. All right. Unlike your Garmin, my Garmin can't recalibrate on anything. That's true. So I'm going to do one more quick viewer question. And this is from Karen Kaz Jeffreys, and she left me this question on YouTube as well. She said, are you thinking of becoming semi-nomadic? She wants to know if that's going to be my big surprise that I keep telling you guys about. And first of all, I want to tell you that I don't mean to be cryptic. I'm not trying to say, I'm going to tell you later and just kind of keep it a surprise. It's just that I'm working on a lot of details with a lot of people, including my trustee, coordinating things with Chuck and Letty here, coordinating things on the other end. And because I don't know what it's going to look like yet. That's why I'm not sharing it with you. But I can tell you I will be traveling soon. And I know people are going to tell me, no, you need to stay home and everything. Well, I'm not home. I'm at somebody else's home. And I'm going to be one of those that's traveling soon. And so what I'm doing has to do with actually being more nomadic than I have been. I think this is day 34 of since we are been put under national emergency. And so I will be traveling soon, and I'm going to keep y'all up to date on that. I'm trying to catch up on my channel so that I can be more real time in my travels, because I think it's going to be important as I do those travels during this global pandemic that I share with you what I'm running into and what I'm finding and what it's like in more real time than 2 or 3 weeks out. And I have a lot of trolls. I'll tell you, I had some today that just they were so ugly. I talked about that I've been writing, and I'm gonna have a book coming out, my next book coming out soon, and they started blasting me for e-begging. I don't know about you, but since when, whether it's earrings, a blouse, hair product, a book, a video, when you have something for sale and you're offering it to the public for them to give you money and you give them a product, since when did that become e-begging? I just don't get it. And so I told this person, I used bad language, and I said, go away. And I meant it. And so, yes, I'm going to be masking up. This is another thing that I wanted to say. Y'all see my mask? Isn't that a lovely mask? And I know right now I'm not keeping it sterile, but I'm using it as to show and tell. I want to thank my good friend Anne, who is a nurse that sent this to me. And she was at the RTR in the med tent. If anybody got to meet her there, she's a practitioner. And anyway, she made this and sent it to me, and it's got a filter in it and everything. And so I'm traveling with masks. I have multiple masks, and I have gloves, and I'm going to be using all the precautions and everything. And I'll be checking in with my tribe and trustee and everybody along the way. I have my square I am, and I have a very specific route, and it's going to be like boom, 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 boom. Meet these checkpoints, kind of like a race when the runners check in at their checkpoints. And so I'll be doing all of that. Let me see what y'all are saying over here, if I can remember not to do a touch screen. I'm going to be doing all of that. Hi, baby. Exactly, Robert. He says that would make Walmart and Amazon e-beggars too, I guess. Yeah, it's like, and so I do. Lauri says ignore those losers, and I do. I want you guys to know that I'm not giving them energy, and I'm not giving them any of my time and space. What I meant to go on to say about trolls that I've picked up lately and everything is that there is some great concern when you are a solo female traveler and on YouTube about doing more real-time videos about where you are and everything. Oh boy, he's tired and he's cranky. Can y'all hear him doing grumble butt? I call him grumble butt because he goes when he doesn't want to do something. He just did a grumble butt at me. But there's some real concern about giving away your locations and doing more real-time stuff. But I think it's important. It's important to me. And I want to do that, and so I'm going to do that. And what I ask of my wonderful viewers is, when I pick up trolls, take care of them for me. You know, just if y'all get rid of them, they'll go away. When they don't have an audience that appreciates them, what they're looking for is people to log on and jump on the bandwagon with them and you know, egg them on. So just you know, let them know that book selling and stuff like that is not e-begging, and then I'll block them and we'll move on from there. But I'm not going to live my life in fear and let them keep me from doing videos that I want to make. So that's what I wanted to say about that. So I need with trolls when y'all can, and I'm going to live life and move on without them. So that's it. I am lucky to have the support, and Megar D says she has to go north soon. She doesn't know when she'll have bad days. I don't know either. I was talking with my trustee David today, and we think that my trip as planned out, and y'all know what I always say, you know, God always goes, oh, isn't that cute? She has a plan, and then it goes, that's what happened on this 2020 road trip, right? And Lauri, I accidentally hit your comment. I hit a button and I didn't mean to. That's why I don't need touchscreen too, because I just hit buttons I shouldn't be hitting. And so I forgot what I was saying, squirrel. What was I saying? No, Doreen Olson says it's not safe to give out your location exactly. No, I would never do that, but I'm going to do more real time. Oh, I just don't remember what I was saying. Yeah, I'm feeling cooler. The fan's on, but you can see I got really hot. I'm red. But I don't remember what I was saying. Anybody remember what I was saying? See, I can't back up because this is live. I can't do an edit. I can't reshoot the video. And I don't know what I was saying. Plans getting derailed. Thanks, Noreen. I don't know what that means. We'll just sit here for a minute till I catch up with where my brain was. I don't remember. I don't remember what I was talking about. Somebody will have to tell me. Because I don't know. Travel plans. Thank you, Gina. So Gina gives me the hint. Y'all are, this is like charades. Gina says travel plans, and Noreen says plans getting derailed. Oh, I know what I was saying. Thank you guys. Yes, I was talking with my trustee today, and I wanted to address, because thank y'all very much. Because Megra D was saying that I'm very lucky to have the support. She doesn't know when she's going to have a bad day. And I don't either. David and I were talking about, with the checkpoints that I have in place, the trip that I'm making, it should take about a week. But that's given that I don't have any bad days. Coming out here, like just before I was going to my cousin's, I had to lay up, and I don't remember. Mike and Cindy, y'all are on here, and y'all can help me remember. I had an episode, and a TI episode, and it wasn't safe for me to drive. And so I was laid up 2 or 3 nights. I don't remember. They might remember. But anyway, but you can't, there aren't that many places to do that. And so I'm really, I'm trying to walk in faith and not fear, and I've got support, and I've got people that love me, and it's like, oh my God, I'm going to be driving, and I don't have the luxury of dilly-dallying, and I've got to be on, and I've got to get this done, and I will, and I've got a lot of people that will help me, and it's just going to have to be that way. And Tony says, do you have your AC working yet? You need it going if you travel. Chuck is working on the AC, and I will give y'all an update on that next week. But it won't matter, because I'm doing one night hops. And I'm doing the kind of travel that I don't do well, you guys, and I'm doing it by myself. And I'm traveling and stopping for the night, getting up and traveling, and stopping for the night, and getting up and traveling and stopping for the night. And the places where I'm stopping, I won't be able to plug in. It'll be truck stops and places like that I know are open, because so many things are closed. And so my cousin says that it's Mike or Cindy that's saying that it put me about a week behind schedule on getting to their place with my health issues. And so Megra, I understand. And those of us with brain injuries and health issues, when you're traveling, you just got, I don't have a choice. I mean, I do have choices. I don't want to say that, but I need to do this trip, and I'm not ready to tell you why yet and what I'm doing, because we're still working out the details. You're just going to have to trust me that I have to do this trip. I need to do it coming up pretty soon. We're all working together to try to get the ducks in a row so that I'm safe. I will not put myself or anybody else at risk. I'm not going to do that. But it's a lot to consider, and it's a lot to take in place. And I'm having to do those 5 steps and tips that I told you about to stay productive in the meantime, because my mind just is not a good neighborhood to be in. You ever get like that? It's like, this neighborhood, don't go there. You want to stay away from there at all costs. And so that's kind of how I am these days. So doesn't it make you wish you were Chuck and Letty living with me? Let's see. Oh, thank you, Lauri. See, I am blessed. I've got so many people that love and care for me, and that will be helping me, and so it'll be okay. I have bounced back, and I've got great doctors. I'm gonna have good doctors that I'm hooking up with pretty soon. And my laptop is freezing up again. I hope y'all's isn't. But anyway, so that leads us to the next topic tonight, which is Bandit update. He's crashed. Let me see if y'all can see him. Can y'all see him here in my lap? he is crashed. And so he's out of it. He's not going to probably be with us the rest of the evening. And my computer over here just completely died. So I'm not sure what's going on. I'll refresh it and see if that helps. I hope it's not doing that to anybody else, but Bandit does look comfortable. And oh, good, y'all got to see Bandit. Good, that didn't freeze up on you. That. And fear is huge in this virus, and I just refuse to give into it. That's why every day, I don't want to get up and write, and I don't want to do the things that I have to do, but finding joy through serving says that fear has been a huge thing in this virus, and it has, but I refuse to give into it. So Bandit, look, I want to show y'all something. So let me move some things. So we're getting ready for our trip, right? And I promise I'll tell you about it as soon as I've worked out the details. But can y'all see this bed? Look how plush this bed is. Look here, can y'all read that? It says, always kiss your dog goodnight. And so this bed, Chuck and Liddy have gifted it to me and Bandit so that it's going to go in between the seats so that he can ride there. And I'm telling you, he's like got a palace in this bed. And I'm so happy for him. And they went and got it out of their van. They have a wonderful van. And they went and got it out of their van for him so that he can be laying on it. And the birds are out again. So that he can be laying on it and it'll smell like here and there because he's going to miss his little friend Rosie so much. He has fallen in love with Rosie and of course Chuck and Liddy. And so, but he has a wonderful bed that he'll get to travel with and I'm so excited for him. Yeah, Ann says, my mind is not a good neighborhood to be in, and she's going to borrow that. Yeah, you feel free to, but it's true. Stay away from here. In my mind, it's like watching a Keystone Cops movie. That's right, Mike. And then sometimes it's just a bad neighborhood, man. It's when you just pray you don't have a flat tire in. So let's see. So Bandit, anyway, he's doing good. And so are y'all ready for my weekly spotlight? Let me see if there's anything else for me to catch up on because that'll be our last topic. Is there any questions anybody has? I mean, I know I didn't exactly tell you where I'm going and what I'm doing yet, but I promise I will. It's all preparation right now, and as soon as it's narrowed down more. In fact, I will tell you this. So staying with, I'm kind of bouncing around, which is going to make it hard for Joan to give me a timeline. But about the trip, there's mosquitoes coming out. But about the trip, I'll just say also, shoot, I think I forgot what I was going to say. On Monday, I'm going to share with Patreons on Monday because I'm going to ask for some help and I'm going to put it on Patreon for the KOKO fam. And after about a week or so, when things are finalized and I've gotten more in depth, then I'll be going public with it. But the Patreon, the KOKO family will know sooner. And they are my sounding board. It's my blog. It's where I run things through. I'm not trying to keep things from the public. It's just that's a safe venue for me. And so the shadow knows. Yeah, I guess that kind of sounds cryptic and I don't mean for it to, but I have a lot of patrons that are watching right now. And I just want you guys to know that I am going to be sharing that with you on Monday. And David and I worked out the details on that today in our phone call. So, and I forgot to say that a while ago. So, no, trials are out on Patreon and it's a little more of a controlling environment and I just feel a little safer there. And so I get to share things on there that I don't always get to share publicly and that's why. But after it's all worked out on there after this week, then I'll be able to feel comfortable going public. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so the weekly spotlight. Oh, thank you, Lauri. I'm not apologizing. Lauri says you don't have to apologize for waiting to share until you're ready. I'm not apologizing for that. I am explaining myself because I am talking about something publicly on the World Wide Web, and I'm saying I'm giving you like partial details. And for me, just like if I was sitting down talking with a friend, which I consider you guys right now, we are having a live chat. I've invited you onto the front porch. We're in a swing. My dog is sleeping and we're having a chat. And so I feel I want to, from my heart, explain to you where I'm at, what I'm doing, and why I'm telling you some things and not others. It's not apologizing. It's not explaining because I feel like I'm doing, I'm sharing with you like I would at just sitting around a campfire and us talking. But it's one way, and I can't, I can only read y'all's comments and everything. But it's not really an apology, and it's not explaining myself out of school. It's just talking with my friends and letting y'all know what I'm up to. So, and the bugs are on your side of the porch, so that's a good thing. They're not too bad, but they are starting to come out to all these lights I've got on. That's the big thing about that. Hi, Midnight Run Kennels on here too. That's awesomeness. I get you, Lauri, and I know you're looking out for me. I'm so blessed because everybody looks out for me. Front Porch Neighborhood Chat. That's it, Megardy. And so here's the weekly spotlight. Are y'all ready? Drum roll, please. Give me a drum roll. I just lost my dog because I was like, so um, uh, I am finishing up my next book this weekend. I'm so excited to be able to say that. And I know that it's not like finished yet, but I'm close. I've got it finished. I just got to finish up some things. And I have tomorrow and Sunday. And I know, and I'll tell you all about it here in a minute. But I have Saturday and Sunday to finish up my part. And then it goes to my writing partner, Angelique Duran at Write for Healing. And thank you guys. I'm so excited. That's sign language for applause. And it goes, you want to come back up? No? Oh, I know what he's doing. He's trying to catch all the moths, butterflies, whatever it is. And so anyway, so go to her for editing. And so if somebody can put up one of my mods, if y'all can grab Angelique's writeforhealing.com and put up her website, because I so appreciate her. And she will edit it, however you say that. She will edit it, and then oh, there it is, Noreen, thank you. And so that's Angelique Duran. And she will edit it, and then it's going to go to Robert, who will get it published. And Robert, put up your contact information, people, because and so he just put up, keep an eye on my website. That's where we will put it when it is ready for the public, and it will be on Amazon in both paperback and digital. And you can always just go to my website and get the links, but it'll be on Amazon, and that's thanks to Robert. And so, Robert, if you go to robertwitham.com, if you need help publishing a book or something, you have to have it completely written, completely edited, submitted to him in whatever format he tells you, and he's the guru, he will tell you. Then you can hire Robert to help you publish your books too. And so, do y'all want to hear what it's about? It's completely different than anything I've written before. But yes, Robert really, Ann says, Robert, you really are a jack of all trades. Robert has been a publisher, a news reporter, graphic design. He can write code. He is first responder, paramedic. You name it. He really is a jack of all trades. And so if you can use his services and have something completely written, ready to be published, he can help you get that into format to do that, and you can hire him for that. So another drum roll for you. I'll tell you what this book is about. All right. It's an allegorical book. I started writing it years ago, and it just, I wrote about 3 chapters in it, and I set it aside. It was a story that was dying to be told, but it wasn't coming out right, and it just kind of just got gummed up and stopped there at chapter 3. And then I've rewritten all of that and everything since starting back to work on it. But this awful global pandemic that we all find ourselves in, it just like, oh my God, this is a pigeon story. And that's the name. Oh, Robert says, thank you for the shout out, Debra. You're more than welcome, Robert. I hope that people know how talented you are and can hire your freelance skills. But yes, it's called A Pigeon Story, and and it's because it's from a pigeon's perspective, kind of like Who Moved My Cheese, that book. I think it was in the 90s that was so popular. But I'm going to read you what bug. Stop. Sorry. Okay. Hold on. Can y'all see this bug? I'll show you this. Oh, it went away. Where'd it go? Oh no, I don't know where that bug. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Sorry. Putting the phone back. It was big. It was a big bug, and it landed on me. Sorry, I freaked out. Squirrel bug. So I don't know what the bug was. It was a big bug. I don't know where it went. Anyway, hang on. I'm gonna get. I don't know what I was doing with all of that. Sorry about that. And so I'm going to read you Robert and Angelique and I worked on the blurb for it today, and so here, I'm gonna have to hurry up and get out of here because the bugs are going like crazy. Okay, so the three of us came up with this today to tell you what a pigeon story is about. Join Jacob, a pigeon, on his journey through a series of crises as he and others in the grove encounter change, loss, and grief. These encounters give way to a meaningful new way of life as they experience the power of relationships, connections, and fellowship. Join Jacob and his friends as they learn how to accept change and adapt when everything they know has been turned upside down. So does that sound applicable for today, you guys? That's what my book is about, and Jacob is the main character is a pigeon, and it's written from about his life and his family and his relationships, just like I just shared. So that'll be out pretty soon, thanks to my team, my tribe, my wonderful people, and all of my supporters, including you. And so if you want to know more about my upcoming trip and you want to know sooner than the public, be sure and sign up as a KOKO fam member. And if you want a copy of my book, kind of like War and Peace, no, it's not. It's a short book. It'll be a short book, kind of like Who Moved My Cheese. But I love the characters in it. And every one of them I just love the characters in it. And I can't wait to share it with you. Be sure to watch on my website for that coming out. And if you have any questions or anything that you want to hear in next Friday night's live chat, please be sure to email me or leave it in the comments below. And I always send out an outline to my moderators so that they can keep me on track, and I'll possibly answer your questions next Friday. Other than that, you guys, I think that's it. I've really enjoyed my Friday night live chat with you like I always do. And I'm so glad to be on this journey with you. And we are all going to just keep on keeping on together one day at a time, no matter what. Okay? Love you. Thank you. We'll see you down the road. Bye.